Hello YouTube, it's your girl Tina and I'm coming at you today with some fun DIYs for the holidays. Everything I made in this video was inspired by projects that I've seen on Pinterest, and not only are they super cute for the holiday season, but they were also very inexpensive to create as well. So without further ado, let's get into this first project. These first two projects are going to be easy ornaments that I think would be so much fun to do with your friends or family during holiday parties. And for this first project, I'm going to show you two different ways that you can use air dry clay to make a cute ornament. So I went to my local Michael's and I got this air dry clay by Crayola. I got it with a 50% off coupon, so it was only $3.50 for this entire tub, and I only used a small chunk of it, so I'm definitely going to need to make more DIYs with this. But for this minimal Christmas tree ornament, all you're going to do is roll out your air dry clay, and here I'm using my rolling pin because, to be honest, I never use this thing, so I was just looking for an excuse to use my cute marble rolling pin, but you can use whatever objects you have at home to do this. Once it's nice and even, use a ruler to cut out the triangle shapes. Another great technique to cut out shapes would actually to be use a cookie cutter, but I'm just using what I had. The second technique that you can do with this air dry clay is by using a coiling technique. So I rolled out one long coil and then I broke it off into 3 pieces of varying sizes to create this adorable rainbow. So I created a longer one, then a middle length one, and then a shorter one, and just kind of curved them and fit them into each other so I can create a 3-color rainbow. So after the shapes are all done, you have to let them dry for a full day. So after they were sitting out for a little, I went in and put tiny holes with a chopstick, and then I came back to them the next day to paint. So after 24 hours, I went in and painted each shape with acrylic paints, and this is really the fun part because you can really get creative with the colors and the patterns here. For my rainbow, I decided to go with some more vibey colors, so I stuck with a peachy pink color palette. To complete the ornament, grab some ribbon or twine and you can loop it through the holes and secure it with a knot. I found these wood slices of birch at Michael's in a 4-pack for only $2, and since they're really tiny, they were the perfect size for an ornament. This second ornament style really gives me rustic Christmas vibes, and it was also super easy to make. All you need to do is to give the slices a nice coat of paint. I'm choosing a black chalk paint here and I'm leaving them to dry. So once they are all dry, you can go in with either a chalk marker, a paint marker, or even a colored pencil to write whatever phrase or name you'd like. And you can see here for one of the ornaments, I actually used a white colored pencil and it gives you that chalk look without rubbing off. To create the loops, I tried 2 different ways that worked great for me, and you can either staple it onto the back or just use good old hot glue gun to adhere the twine. So for this last holiday decor piece, I'm actually super obsessed with this. We're going to make a very cute, modern looking, minimal wreath. And for the supplies, I was able to find the floral hoop at Michael's again for $4 and some greenery for under $8 total. First, I laid out my supplies and tried to see what would look best where. And if you really wanted to, you could simply lay out 2 branches and adhere it to the hoop, but I really wanted to integrate the pine needles with the eucalyptus leaves, so I took the stems off of each of the greenery branches and attached it individually to the hoop instead. To do this, I used a little bit of floral wire to wrap around the hoop, and I also want to note here that I somehow lost my wire cutters, so I'm using a really bad pair of kid scissors to get the job done. Since I wanted this to be very minimal, I'm only covering about half of the metal hoop, but you can totally do the whole hoop, whatever you want to match your aesthetic. After laying down the initial layer of pine needles, this is how my hoop was looking, and then I went in with the eucalyptus leaves and I did the same thing by wrapping each one around the hoop with the wire. I also love using wire instead of something like hot glue because you're able to take this apart very easily, and then you can always repurpose it after the holidays or even create a brand new wreath each year. So your hoop should look a little something like this after laying all the greenery, but we're not done yet. To create a focal point for the wreath, I then added in additional stems with pine cones to where the 2 sides intersect to give the wreath a very nice focal point. And lastly, I added in a bow with some silk ribbon. I really like this ribbon because it has a nice frayed edge. To attach it, I added wire through the back of the knot and I was able to easily put it in the center of the wreath. And then to hang it up, you guessed it, I used more twine, and with this I used hot glue gun to secure it, and I hung it up with a handy dandy command hook. I really love how this looks, and I think it's definitely a unique piece that I haven't seen in stores, and best of all, it only costed me about $12 to make. I hope you like these 3 super easy, super affordable DIYs inspired by Pinterest for the holidays, and hopefully it's inspired you to create some decor for your own home. I have more projects in mind for the holidays, so be sure to subscribe for more videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!